Morolayo Adunni, ó ti ṣìṣe lónìí, ó ti ṣìjẹ lónìí, ó ti ṣílẹ̀tẹ̀, ó ti ṣe ayé wá, ó ti ṣe ayé. Gbogbo àwọn àjẹ́ ayé wọ́n ti padà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn tó nílẹ̀ wọ́n ti dojú ìjà kọ.
Ẹ má dánwò. Ẹnì kò ní gbórí odó pè tí odó. Ẹnì kò ní gbórí ọlọ pè tí ọlọ. Ìmọ̀tú, ìmọ̀jọ, ìmẹ́ni ni kò ní dalẹ̀.
Ní báyìí, kẹ́mi rẹ̀ jábọ́.
Mo jàjẹ́.
Olórí.
Ilẹ̀.
So guys, when I came across this movie, the short clip you just watched, in my mind I was like, wow, Aranda Ekun. Like, this movie is all shades of making sense, cool, nice, name any good English you can. Before I actually talk about Aranda Ekun, you know, what the movie is all about, the storyline, and also relating it to the real deal that is going on presently in Nigeria, let me welcome you back to my YouTube channel, Alice TV. Yes, where we review Nollywood movies, Yoruba movies, cinema movie, English movies, name it. And if you are not subscribed to this channel yet, please kindly do so now. And also remember to click on the bell button so as to get notified whenever I drop another video. And if you've done so already, I love you. So yes, let's go back to Aranda Ekun. Aranda Ekun is a movie that is produced by Bose Akinola and directed by Adebayo Tijani. When I first came across it, I was like, what's this movie all about? Will this movie make sense? But then after I watched the movie part 1, part 2, part 3, I realized that this movie is actually worth it all. It is worth the part 1, the part 2, part 3. This movie we have Odunlade Adekola, Femi Adebayo, Aisha Lawal, Bose Akinola herself, we have Dele Odule, we have Baba Wande. Just imagine the kind of people that we have in this movie. You're not telling me this movie will not be interesting. The moment I saw Baba Wande, I was like, oh yes, I'm down for this. In fact, Fatia Williams is also there. Now, one thing that I like about this movie so much, minus the fact that the casting is superb and great, is the storyline. See, the storyline actually depicts what is going on in Nigeria presently. Fine, we youths, we gather ourselves, we say, okay, oh, enough is enough, we don't do all this babailo sempe, baba sempe. Yeah, it is, your time is over. You don't do your own yesterday. It is we youths, we are the leaders of today and tomorrow. And then the youth, they gathered. They now went to go and meet somebody and say, okay, madam, we want you to come and, you know, do honorable, you know, represent our constituency, dear. And then this madam came. Could you believe that this same set of youth, among them, not all of them, total being beboje. Let me say the being beboje in English. That means they came together to back to they actually came together to destroy the woman. They wanted to kill her. Even when I was like, fine, you guys agree that this is who you wanted. Since you don't want this woman again, just go and tell her. Or Kuku just decamp to the other side. Let's know that, okay, oh, this is what I've decamped, but they are not part of us. So, as I was saying, this youth, now, after they said, okay, is this person want to support you? I'm talking about the reality now. We have some said that already, you know, decamping to the other group, saying, you know, his money, oh, his money. Everybody know his money. Now they bought them with money. And money pass money, oh, Jola. When you get 10 million to come and campaign for Lagbaja, please don't lie. Will you not go? Now. So that was what happened in the movie. And then at the end of the day, she stepped down after, should we say, cleansing 50% of the Ashebajes, the Ajelu rooms. So that's just the storyline and the fact that it relates to what is happening in Nigeria right now. I like it so much. Okay, so Do I like Aranda Ekun very much? Oh yes, I love the movie so much because the movie is relatable, the movie is nice, the storyline is great, the actors, the actresses, they all killed their roles and did a very, very, very great job. Kudos to them, kudos to the whole crew, kudos to Yoruba, because that is where this movie is released on YouTube. Now, what are the lessons I learned in this movie? This movie actually taught us so many things. From this movie, we learned about human relationship. Honestly speaking, we know that Oreloren water, just like one of my girls used to say. Anyways, when you do something good, honestly speaking, it will come back to wish you one day. And if you do bad, it will come back to wish you again one day. Another thing I learned about this movie is the fact that, see, there is nothing you can do. Alewe Ilu Iloro, like we cannot cleanse this our country until everybody is ready to do so. Despite the fact that she came to fight for the youth, it is this same set of youth that turned back against her and even tried to kill her. They did not just betray her, they tried to kill her. You get? So I learned that, and for the fact that Taba wo didu ifon ama Aranda Ekun, in the sense that if we should think for the fact that, okay, àwọn ará Ilu Iloro, the ìbàjẹ́ they've done to her, the amount of threats they carried out on her, the amount of so many things they've done to her, if she should continue to be gbẹ̀san, kó máa ṣe lọ́tùn, kó máa ṣe lósì, ta ló máa wá kù nílùú? Let's not lie, ta ló máa kù nílùú? Kò sí. Just like her mom was telling her, like a great grandmother, one of her ancestors, was telling her that you can't keep doing this, you just have to stop. Sure, you get. So you cannot keep gbẹ̀san. We can't keep going on with that, because at the end of the day, you wanna aku, and the aṣọ funfun that you're trying to protect, the good image that you're trying to protect out there, you would actually smear it and then it becomes something else. Yes. Another thing I learned in this movie is the fact that you don't trust people wholeheartedly. See, be listening to your mind and your body. It's telling you that if you are not alojoko, see, wa gidi. Well, at alert. Always be at alert. Ìjà always guide you. Does not mean you should not enjoy you. Please, please, please have fun and enjoy. But don't get carried away. So those are the few lessons I learned in this movie. If you have other things to add, drop it in the comment section, and then let's all learn from Aranda Ekun. Okay, so what are the other things I like about this movie? I like the costuming. The costuming is great, especially the Aranda Ekun costume. I just wear white, all those white agbada. Wish madam. Even when I was like, oh my god, I must be rich, because I like good things. I like all those boo blouses, all those I'm wearing, like boo gown, all those whites. I like the costuming. I like the dressing. And I like the fact that they didn't do Amulu Mola in this movie. It was pure Yoruba all through. Ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká, bámi yàláwòrán, àwòrán tẹ́ ti dá dúró, all those things. And it actually made the movie so good. And the subtitling is not bad. They did a great job with the subtitling. I love that part too. Now that we've mentioned all the good things of Aranda Ekun, okay, if you've not seen the movie, go and see it. And also, if you've not subscribed to this channel, subscribe now. See, it will cost you no dime. Click on the subscribe button, and then after doing that, hit the bell button. Yes, hit it already. Thank you. Okay, so is there anything I would have loved to change about this movie? Yes. I don't like the way the movie ended. Aranda Ekun finally, she left the chief position they gave her. She left the political position she was vying for, and then she left the city. Can I say that if everybody is doing that way, I mean, she could have just left the chieftaincy post alone and then still vie for the position, the political position. After all, the opponent is already dead. Odunlade Adekola was part of the people they had to cleanse the land off. So I don't understand why she left. And then when she gets dead, she would have been able to help Iloro City to Shekini, Kotungoki Agbasi. But unfortunately, they made her leave at the end of the day. That's one thing I would have loved to change about this movie. Excuse me, any producers, any executive producers, any directors, I have a question. This part when Aranda Ekun was changing from Mu to Ekun, and it was in Mojaje. I love that scene. I love that scene. My question is, how did the Igba and the Ẹran déwájú? Was she prepared for it before, or it just disappeared in her front and then she just started, I like the fact that, okay, Dele Odule died, he could not afford to sacrifice his son, because come to think of it, every time they try to kill Aranda Ekun, somebody close to them would die instead. So you realize that so Oshigbawo Oku. And then we have the likes of the chiefs, Babawande and others that did not die at the end of the day. And like I said, I did not like the fact that Aranda Ekun finally left the position she was vying for. She could continue. One more thing that I learned from this movie is the fact that as a man or as a woman, try to get married to somebody that your values align with each other, no matter what. Ẹni tó kóbá Fẹ́mi Adébáyọ̀, the humanitarian activist, was his wife. Like, ìyàwó ló kóbá, no doubt, because it was the wife that pushed him to Videbitode. And nowadays, if the wife and him, let's say they have the same value of, okay, not entertaining bad things, just sticking your tent to one place and something like that. The moment of Aranda Ekun came, she would have been the one to usher him out. But no, the money. Mama was like, ajé ìgbélò lè ṣe o, owó la wá tò sílẹ̀ yìí torí èlò torí owó wọ́n ta ọjọ́ làwọn. Even though they did not show us what really ended them, but everybody knows that it's Yoruba film, and of course they really would not end well. So I like the movie. The movie is worth having part 1, part 2, part 3. It is worth your time, I can assure you. If I'm going to rate this movie, I'll be rating it 8/10. You will definitely enjoy it, if not for anything else, but for the storyline that is so great. The editing is not bad, especially when Aranda Ekun, when her face was doing Aranda Ekun, with Jaje. God no, I love that scene so much. And every scene that she was carrying that staff, and she was, walking in, walking out. I love it though. I love all those scenes. So if you've not seen Aranda Ekun, go and see it. If you've not subscribed on this channel, hit on the subscribe button and also hit the bell button so as to be a part of this channel. And yes, again, till I see you some other time when you'll be seeing my fine face. My fine face. Take care of yourself and bye. Love you.